Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Well, hello. Welcome to episode 66 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Man, when you go about a month and a half without recording any episodes, you realize that you have so many things to talk about. Your brain is just going in about 1,000 directions and you don't even know how to rein it in and begin. But I'll start by saying, hi, how has everybody been? How the heck have you guys been? It's been like a month and a half. A lot has been going on in the world in that amount of time. Unfortunately, nothing good. Nothing good has been going on in the world, at least on a grand scale. Maybe personally, people have had good things going on. Maybe personally, people have gotten married or engaged or had a child, or maybe they got a job promotion or got a job. Maybe they got their first apartment, first house. Maybe, you learned maybe you're sober now. Maybe you are, a month sober. Maybe you made the decision yesterday to become sober. Maybe you learned how to do a cartwheel. I don't know. A lot has probably happened in a month and a half with people personally that has been good. I hope so anyways. I mean, what a waste of life if the world's just in the shitter in general. I hope as a whole it's not. But as far as our government here in the good old US of A, in the last month and a half, it has I didn't think that it could get worse. I didn't realize that it had the potential of getting worse. But Biden's like, hold my beer. It can. Oh, I can fuck things up even more. Watch me. Haha. But on that note, I don't find it funny the way that a lot of people do. I'm not finding it amusing or entertaining that our president needs to be in a memory care facility. This is full on elder abuse, and the poor man needs to be getting medical care. He needs to be in a memory care facility. He needs to be cared for. He needs to be taken care of. And because I have worked in memory care and because of what happened with my mom, I actually am very, very disappointed and sad. And my heart actually breaks for the president because he quite literally doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know where he is. His mind is gone. And that's not funny. That's incredibly sad and scary that a man who has dementia has access to nuclear weapons. If you can't trust the man to drive you around in a car, if you can't trust the man to, even do a word search puzzle correctly, to walk your dog without falling, I feel like he probably shouldn't be at the wheel of our country. He shouldn't be driving our country. If he can't drive a car, he probably shouldn't have keys to, weapons and making big decisions for our country and talking to China and Russia about anything because he can't form a sentence and he can't stay awake. 90% of our government right now need to be in assisted living facilities and memory care facilities. They're all like 80 plus years old. None of them can form sentences. And then the one person that isn't 80 plus years old is our vice president, and she's just a raging moron. She's an absolute idiot and can't form sentences. So it's scary and it's not funny at all. Who the heck is running this country? Because it's not Biden and it's not Harris. And that is what's scary. But I genuinely feel that the entire Democratic administration and Biden's wife need to be in trouble for elder abuse and that Biden needs to step down. But then we have Harris, and my God, she's just as bad. So what do? I mean, what is going to happen between now and 2024? How can things get worse? I didn't think they could, and they have been. So my God, this is getting scary, people. We have a bunch of senior citizens that have no idea how to form sentences, can't walk, and crap their pants. And it's scary. It's very scary, and none of them should be, we have like 90-year-olds in the Senate. We have 80 and 90-year-olds in the Senate. How scary is that right now? I don't know. But it's sad, and it needs to end. And the poor guy, everybody in the administration needs to be in jail for elder abuse. And on that note, I was talking to a fireman the other day, and firemen are very, very, very hard to come by where I live. They cannot get people to want to be cops, firemen, or paramedics. Nobody wants to be a doctor. So let me get this straight. Firemen that come to your rescue when your house is burning down and your garden hose can't put it out. Fire when we're in the middle of summer and it's been hotter than shit and everything's dry. Firemen when there's a car accident. Important jobs like a fireman, and, police officers that also come to your rescue when you need 911 and there's someone, trying to break into your home or someone trying to harm you in some way, or also, shows up at accidents. And doctors, the people that can care for us when we're sick, because we're not doctors and you have to kind of go to school for that stuff. So the really important jobs, no one wants to do anymore, and I don't blame them. Why the fuck would they? Why would anyone in their right mind want to be a goddamn doctor, fireman, or police officer right now? All they get is shit. You aren't allowed to call someone a man or a woman. You pretty much lose your job if you, God forbid, call someone a man or a woman. Everybody wants to defund the police. Firemen don't get paid enough, and they get shit talked. People don't, I think you don't even want to be a fireman because you're like, fuck you. Why would I want to save anybody right now? The world sucks. People suck. Why would I want to run in to a burning building with a bunch of ungrateful, entitled idiots? And they're not getting paid enough. And then there's people that volunteer. People used to volunteer to be a fireman. Now you can't pay people to be a fireman. People used to volunteer to be a fireman, and now you can't pay people to be a fireman. So no doctors to care for us, no policemen to protect us, and we're trying nothing but to defund them and take away any of their rights to ever arrest anybody, unless, of course, it's a white straight man. Well, boy, you can arrest the crap out of all the white straight men. And then no firemen in the middle of summer where fields catch on fire, especially considering I live out where there are a lot of fields. And we kind of need firemen to, put them out. What else? So gas is creeping up again. Gas is almost $5. It's $4.79 where I am. That's great. Yeah. So we've got a bunch of loonies that can't speak, walk, hear, that poop their pants, that have memory issues, that are all in their 80s and 90s. And then we have a moron as a vice president. So things are good. Yeah. We have Trump that has been indicted for everything known to man. But meanwhile, Biden and Hillary and Hunter and the FBI just run around wreaking havoc, running around, just frolicking around, getting away with everything and making a mockery of us, not being held accountable. And then our government and our judicial system is now not upholding the laws, the actual laws. They've thrown our Constitution just out the fucking window, wadded it up, spit on it, set it on fire. Just like people that are setting our American flag on fire. So this country that now, if you have an American flag in your yard or you're wearing a t-shirt that has the flag on it, somehow you're a hateful person because you're proud of your country. Now you're a hateful, evil person because you're proud of the one country that everybody is trying to come to and wants to come to because their country sucks. We used to stand for diversity. We still stand for diversity because, again, go to Africa, go to India, go to China, go to Russia, and see how diverse it is. See what you get away with. See what's happening in Canada. That's what you guys want because that says diversity. Yeah, that's nothing says diversity like forcing people to do shit. Yeah. So that's what's been going on. In addition to that, God, listen to me. I'm on depressed mode. I need to, be positive. I wanted to do several podcasts and I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about that weren't depressing and weren't angry and weren't political, which I'll do. I will. I do have things to talk about, but right now these are important. These are things that are going on in the world that are important. And as much as we don't want to talk about it and we don't want to hear about it, it affects us. It is affecting us very much. It's affecting the entire world right now. So it's hard to just slough it off and just brush it off like nothing's happened. It's hard to focus on the good right now because the world's just sort of going to hell in a handbasket. But I'm trying. I'm trying to focus on the fact that my oldest son has been sober now for a little over a year, that he is such a good father. He's such a good dad. Not only a good dad to his biological son, but a great stepfather. He has been kicking ass at his job, and he's getting ready to run in the Hood to Coast. My younger son is trying to start a shirt business online and has been throwing himself into that and working hard and trying to make adjustments. My grandbabies are beautiful and smart, extraordinarily smart and beautiful. They're healthy. I'm healthy. I'm very, very blessed to live out in peace and quiet and look out at such a beautiful scenery every day. I have a man that loves me and bends over backwards to make me happy. So I've been trying really hard to focus on those things, and I am very extraordinarily grateful for the things I have so much. But I can be grateful and fearful at the same time. I can be grateful and scared at the same time of our country and sad and mourning for our country. I'm also sad about the fact that it seems people have forgotten that being a patriot doesn't mean you're hateful. It's the opposite. Being a patriot means that you're proud of this country that prides itself on, give me your tired and poor. We're the ones that call people to come to us. And yet people are talking about how hateful we are. And I say this again, these countries like France and Germany and Sweden and Norway, or these countries like Canada that like to talk smack about us, what are you contributing to the world? What exactly are you contributing, Canada? What are you contributing, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark? What are you contributing, Germany, France, Greece? What do you do for America? How do you help America out, and how do you help out the rest of the world? You have nothing. You contribute nothing. Absolutely nothing. The fact remains America doesn't need any of you. America does not need your countries. You need us. You've needed us in the past, and you will need us again, England. And yet you guys like to talk shit about America too. How are your countries doing right now? You're small, teeny, tiny little countries that act like your system works for America, and it doesn't, because you guys are teeny little countries. We are not a teeny little country. We are a gigantic country, and your methods don't work for us. See, there's such thing as there are many solutions that work for different groups of people. And your solution you may think works, but take a look at your countries. Is it really working for you? Because you need us a lot. You rely on America a lot. So for countries that think they have it all figured out, why do you ever need America? I'm getting really tired of people ripping on America, but they come to us when they need us to protect them, when they need our military. They hide behind us. They go out like a little chihuahua. And then they're like, oh. And then when the big dogs come at you, you hide behind America. It's ridiculous. You're all a bunch of little chihuahuas. Canada, I'm not sure why you think your country's so big. Even nature is so pissed off it's trying to set it on fire. They're like, fuck this country. We're trying to set you on fire because what the hell? I'm sorry, but and then you look at America and you look at the democratic states. You fucked up. Everyone's leaving. But you know what? If you voted for all this crap, you should be sitting in your state, sitting there, stewing in your filth that you created. You should have to sit amongst the crime. I hope your homes get looted. I hope your homes get set on fire. I hope that your businesses all get shut down. I hope you're all homeless because you know what? You didn't give a shit when businesses were being set on fire. You didn't give a shit when businesses were being looted. You didn't give a shit when businesses were closing down. You were contributed to it. You want to defund the police. Black Lives Matter doesn't give a shit about Black lives because you're not even trying. You're not going into Black communities and trying. You created this. You should have to sit and stay in your city, stay and deal with the consequences that you created. You should not be allowed to move. There should be military sitting there blocking you in your fucking homes so that you have to deal with the havoc and the mess and the shit show that you created, that you said would work, that you said was okay. And I hope that every illegal immigrant comes to your home and you have to have them live with you. And then leave all this red states alone. Leave all the red states alone. Leave all the Republican states alone. And you guys sit in your blue states and deal with the shit show that you created. It's ridiculous. There's somebody in the background listening to music. Sorry about that. And if you hate this country, please kindly get the fuck out. I'm so tired of people talking about how much they hate this country. There's a bunch of people walking into this country and we don't have room. So why don't you guys get the hell out? Just trade places with Mexico. Go the other way. It's disgusting to think that having an American flag on your shirt or on your porch somehow means you're a hateful person. It's disgusting that having pride in this country that has afforded you to run your mouth and have free cell phones and free rent and free food and free health care, and you're going to say that you hate the government. The government is what is giving you all of that, idiots. I'm sorry, I sound so hateful. I sound so pissed because I am. I hate ungrateful people. I hate entitled people. I hate morons that run their mouth and then are hypocritical and reap all the benefits of the very thing that they say that they hate. Then live on the streets and don't get all of the welfare that you're getting then. Stop having a bunch of children. If you hate this country, why are you bringing a bunch of children into the world? And by the way, when you have laws that say it's okay to have abortion after a fetus has been born, after a baby, a life, has been birthed and born and is now out into the world, for you to say that it's okay to kill that child, that's called murder. That's not abortion, that's murder. And you should be thrown in jail. After you've given birth to a baby, give it up for adoption. You don't need to kill a child. You are now a murderer. And when you take off a penis, you cut off a penis, or you cut off breasts, that is called mutilation, and you should be in jail. So now it's okay to mutilate children and kill children. It's also okay not to educate children. So our whole goal in America, apparently, is to reduce the population, which is what Kamala Harris and Bill Gates have been talking about, which is what Big Pharma wants, which is what Biden wants. And then we're okay with sex trafficking, and we somehow have a problem with a movie that brings light to sex trafficking and talks about how sex trafficking is wrong and is going on. And somehow the liberals have a problem with that. So it's okay for MAPS, minor attracted people, to molest children. It's okay to mutilate children. It's okay to sex traffic children. It's okay to abort children, and it's okay to not educate children. So we hate children in America. That's what this administration is about. Hate. It's about hate, and to get rid of humans, but not the idiots. We're trying to get rid of the intelligent humans that are on to them. It's like that movie Idiocracy. If anybody has not watched the movie Idiocracy, it's got one of the Luke Wilson in it. You should watch it, because that's where we're headed right now. I don't know if there's a smart country. I guess China and Russia are the only smart countries left, apparently. I would love to come back after a month and a half and be cheery and happy and not sound like a raging lunatic and be depressed and pissed off, but I'm pissed off. I think everybody is pissed off right now. Whether you are from the right or the left, people are pissed off. I feel like what we all need to agree on, right or left, is that the government sucks. The government sucks. Whether you believe in the reason, whether we agree on why it sucks or not, great. But we still, I think, all agree that the government sucks, and it's the government that's the enemy, and we need to do something about it. But we definitely shouldn't be pushing away our firemen, our policemen, and our doctors. Call me crazy, but that's moronic. Also, this whole electric car thing. Come on, people. Come on. Let's use logic. Let's use logic. Let's use, say it with me, logic. Okay? Electric cars are far worse for the environment. Where do you think those batteries go? And how often do you need to get a new battery? And who's making those batteries? Do your homework. Come on. Let's turn our brains on. Go gadget brain cells. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to make a lot of people angry, turn a lot of people off, and people probably aren't going to want to listen to me anymore because I'm on a soapbox. I'm being rude. But my God, I live in this country and these things affect me. My taxes are getting taken out of my check are high. Inflation is the highest it's been in like 30 plus years. It's insane. And this global warming bullshit, guys, again, logic and science, logic and common sense, logic, science, and common sense. The world has been heating and cooling since it has existed, quite literally. We have had the Ice Age. We have had it heating and cooling. The world knows how to adjust itself. It knows how to write itself out. The amount of ignorance that is going on and the sheep that are following, it's like a cult. And people are just like zombies, just, oh, yeah, okay. It's the same lazy people. It's lazy people versus anyone with a brain. That's what it is. It's the stupids versus logic. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but that's what it is. It's lazy people versus people that work to make the lazy people sit around and do nothing and continue to do nothing. It takes all of us that are actually working that pay taxes, all of us that are actually law-abiding citizens that get our guns taken away from us. Because somehow, again, we're not using logic when it comes to gun control. We're somehow saying, let's take away all the guns and make things stricter and make it impossible for law-abiding citizens to get a gun, because somehow that's going to make non-law-abiding citizens not be able to get a gun. Duh. How do you think they've been fucking getting guns? Do you think they were law-abiding citizens before? No. If you're a piece of crap that's going to go shoot up some building, some school, some post office, whatever, you probably already got a gun illegally. You're not going to care if you're legally allowed to own the gun or not. You're going to get a gun by whatever means necessary. And why are we hating on men all of a sudden? Why are we just all of a sudden now hating on men unless you're a man that says they're a woman? So you can't like actual women and you can't like actual men. You have to like this pretend fake shit that we have going on. So all the progress we've made with women, being able to vote, being able to get out of the kitchen, being able to have jobs, being able to have our own sports, are now being taken away by men again. It's just this world. It's like I'm so confused as to what's going on. Everything, it's like Alice in Wonderland. Everything up is down, right is left. It's bizarre. So I wish I could get on here after a month and a half and like be inspirational and motivational and, you know, shit rainbows out my ass. But I'm scared if I shit a rainbow out my ass, some LGBTQTBXYZ is going to come over and go, that's mine. You're not allowed to shit rainbows out your ass. That's my rainbow. That's mine. Mine, mine, mine. It's like the fucking seagulls on Finding Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. Not everything is yours. Not everything is about you. Not everything is about you. Repeat after me, everybody. Let's say it together. Not everything is about me. Other people exist in the world. Other people have thoughts and feelings and opinions. And then there are facts, and there is science, and there is logic. And we can't deny facts and science and logic. And just because you deny it doesn't make it go away. You don't get to blink your eyes and wish and have it poof, no more science, no more facts, no more logic. That's not how it works. Just because you throw a temper tantrum, why are we allowing people to throw a temper tantrum? It's like these are all children. The Democrats are a bunch of either 80 to 90-year-old senior citizens that need to be in memory care, or they're a bunch of temper tantrum throwing children. Anyway. Boy, aren't you guys glad I'm back? Aren't you glad you waited a whole month and a half just so I can get on here and rant and rave and go on and so how the heck are you? On that note, how has it been going in your neck of the woods? Canada, what are you up to? Oh, we know. We've been watching. But for real, I do hope anybody that's suffering from the fires in Canada, genuinely, for real, my heart does go out to you. I know I said maybe it's nature's way of getting rid of you, but I hope that the people out there, my heart does go out to those of you that have lost your home, lost your property, lost loved ones from a fire anywhere, no matter where you are. My heart goes out to those that are suffering from things beyond their control, things that they can't control. If you live in a country and you didn't vote for what's going on, I'm sorry that you're having to deal with the poop that falls out of your country's ass and who's running your country, that you're being the pooper scooper of it. That's not fair. Somehow we all need to take our country back, and that requires everybody sticking together, which is going to be hard to do, I think. Australia, Canada, you guys are kind of alike. You're doing sort of the same. Europe, y'all are kind of a shit show. Stop picking on America. You know that you have America envy. You have America envy, and you know it. You all know it. Anyway. All right. So now that I have officially probably pissed off a lot of people, I'm going to stew here in the 100 bajillion degree weather. I'm sweating in every crack known to man, but I'm going to try to get my shit together and have a podcast that's not so aggro, not so crazy. On my next episode, I'll try to have it filled with rainbows and unicorns and kittens and raindrops on roses and bright colored sashes. I don't know how it goes. I can't remember, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, wherever you are in your neck of the woods, I hope you're holding up, one foot in front of the other. I'm trying to focus on the positive. So if it's one little thing like, hey, there's a bird that is chirping and I love listening to the music. There's I have my health. Whatever it is that you can focus on that's positive, try to focus on that and work on yourself. Control what you can. I'm trying to control what I can. But that also means not just sitting here bitching. I have to come up with a solution, right? I need to have a solution, not just bitch. All right. So thank you so much for listening to episode 66 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Until next time, I am Courtney Perry.